guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. Happy to have you. My name is Shalanabattles. I am indie author of soon-to-be 2 books, Soul Jumper, which you can get now across all platforms, and The Man Before You, which comes out February 12th. I'm so excited. So today I wanted to do something kind of different. A lot of my videos, I try to help you guys with like writing tips or, give you pros and cons, kind of help you on your journey. But today I want to talk about books because most writers, I think all of them, write and have a love for reading. I don't know anybody that writes that doesn't love to read and doesn't love books. And so I wanted to talk about books today because they can be such an inspiration, but they can also just be this escape and this amazing doorway into another world, and they're so fun. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about some of my favorite books or things that I've read. Today is going to be all favorites, and so I'm excited to share those with you guys. And I want to make this like a little kind of series, and so today everything I'm talking about is traditionally published books. But in the future, I definitely want to do one from indie authors because I've read some really amazing stuff from self-published authors, and I think it'd be really cool to share that with you guys. So to get started, first book I want to talk about is The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. And when I say I loved this book, it's the understatement of the year. It is amazing. You laugh, you cry, you fall in love with the characters. The ending, it destroys you. And so I highly recommend The Last Letter. If you're a person like me, I love books that characters exchange letters or emails or text messages, and you get to see this whole other side of them because it's such like a personal exchange, and love it. And so these two write each other letters, and he's in the service. He's her brother's best friend, and so she doesn't, he's like a mystery. Whenever she first meets him face to face, she doesn't realize that it's the person she'd been writing to, so it's a whole thing. Highly recommend it if you like romance. Definitely check out The Last Letter. Okay, next one, Gail Forman. She is one of my all-time favorite authors, and I read If I Stay recently, within the last year, and then immediately read the sequel, and I love them both wholeheartedly. She is a beautiful writer, and just the way her style is, I love it. She's one of my all-time favorites just because of how she describes things and how beautifully she's able to convey emotion. And I thought she did an amazing job. And If I Stay is a movie now, I think. I'm really bad at books that turn into movies because I am one of those people that I will not watch a movie if I haven't read the book first. And sometimes even after I've read the book, if I really love it, like I love this book, sometimes I won't watch the movie. And so if you've seen the movie, let me know if it was good, please. Especially if you're a person who's read the book and seen the movie. Let me know what you thought in the comments. I'd love to hear it, and maybe I will go watch it. But If I Stay and Where She Went, beautifully written. It just... the writing style, it just almost doesn't get better. But definitely check those out. Next one I want to talk about is kind of outside of what I normally read, and it's the Da Vinci Code. And it's by Dan Brown. Everybody's heard of the Da Vinci Code. Even if you've never read the book, you've heard of it. It's very mainstream. And so when I read this book, I'm obviously a romance reader. I'm a romance writer. I'm very, into all that. So I'm almost positive my grandma Kitty gave me this book. I'm pretty sure that's where I got it from. And I loved it. And it surprised me because I usually don't read stuff like this. And it's been years since I've read this. And so I'm excited to read it again. I will be reading it again. If you follow my Instagram, I recently decided I am going to take on the Gilmore Girls reading challenge. It's 339 books. And this is on the list. And so I'll be doing some videos to update you guys on my progress. But I'm excited to read this one again because I loved it so much. But it's been such a long time since I've read it. I think I'm going to love it again the second time. It'll be interesting to see, because so much time has passed. I was like a teenager the last time I read this. But I remember how much I loved it. And so I'm excited to see if I still feel that way when I read it now as a grown person. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted on that and my progress. Okay, the last book I have to talk about today is my all-time favorite book. This is, when I say, I don't know if you guys can see that. Hold on, let me see. Okay, if you guys can see this, like the corner's missing, spine is in rough shape. I need to buy another copy of this, but I have read this so many times. It's borderline embarrassing. So this book is by Nancy E. Turner, and I love it so much. There was a time in my life where I was reading this multiple times a year because I can get through it pretty quick. It's an easy read, and so if you want something, that doesn't take a whole lot of thought, but it's beautiful. It's written like a diary. It tells the story of coming across the territories and just all the hardship, and it's very real life. And the way it ends is, I'm still sad about it, and I've read this book so many times. And it's funny that this is my favorite book because of the way it ends. I'm not going to say, but it's not endings that I gravitate towards. But I've never read anything that has touched me or held on to me or captivated me the way that These Is My Words has. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about this book. I think it's a mixture of the writing style and just the rawness and the honesty that you get because it's a diary, and like no one's supposed to read your diary, right? So to have that type of intimate relationship with a character, I love this book. I will be buying this book again. One, because mine's about to fall apart. Two, because I'd really like to own a hard copy of it. And I'll probably get another paperback as well. But I also think that you have books that, if you're an avid reader, they've gotten you through some crazy times, right? So there's been moments in my life where I picked up this book because of how I was feeling or what I was going through. And it's like an old friend, and it's comforting. And I don't think it matters what I read or how great it is. It's just, I have this book on a pedestal. No one's gonna reach that height. And so I've read a lot of books that I really fell in love with, but this will forever be my favorite book. And so if you haven't read it, highly recommend it. If you're looking for something to read this. Let me know what you think. If you read this, I'd love to hear what you think about it. Comments, blow up my comments, please. Give me reading suggestions. If it's indie author or traditionally published, I don't care. I always need reading suggestions. And I'd love to hear what you're reading, what your favorite book is, all of those things. So please, please, please comment down below, all things book related. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and talking books. I'm excited about this series. I don't want it to turn into like a review session. I just want to show you guys stuff that I've read that I really liked. And so these are all traditionally published books. Next time I do this, I will do indie authors.